I know what Burke's eating. Whoa, I can ask Tory questions. Hi, Tory. Oh yeah, I know it's sinking in. I don't know what's going on, but it is really sinking. Like I noticed a difference. How you doing, Ashley? How you doing?
Doing good. How are you doing?
Oh, good.
Hi, Carlos. That's what they call you.
Right. Yeah, we're gonna keep it at that. I have a question for Tory though. Okay, because the guards. Okay, when I talk to them, they keep saying like they play dumb. Like they don't. Like what's OSA? How would I answer that correctly? I just say it's kind of like the FBI, the CIA of Scientology, but like I don't know how to like what's a really good answer for me?
Okay, first of all, are they Scientology security or
The hired. It's like Burke. I want to get closer because I know my mic. I don't have a microphone. Both Burke and Ted. They both said to me like they're playing dumb.
I
Well,
don't think they're playing dumb.
you don't think so?
Don't know.
Okay.
Scientology doesn't want to know about this shit.
Okay. So they're asking me. They both have asked me like, "What's OSA?" And I try to give the best answer I can.
Okay, so
But
the best answer is it's called the Office of Special Affairs.
okay.
It originally was called the Guardian's Office.
The Guardians. Can you guys hear it? That's how I know because I want to be able to really get this. Tell me if you can hear her because I need to get a microphone because you're soft spoken.
Just hand it to me and I'll
Okay. I don't want to be. I don't want to be on. I want you on camera. You're
I can hold it.
computer.
I got it. All right, I'll hold it.
Okay, so it's called the Office of Special Affairs, and it was originally the Guardian's Office. And 11 people from the Guardian's Office went to prison, including Mary Sue Hubbard, who was L. Ron Hubbard's wife. So he just threw her under the bus. He said she created it. When he created it, he wrote all the programs for it. But he just threw her under the bus. And that was the end of her. Forever.
Really? Like
Yeah,
she went to
she-
prison for life? Or
No,
doesn't
they were only there for a year, but they locked her up basically and had bodyguards with her. And we'd see her at the AMC because my ex-husband knew her, and we'd run into her. But she could just say hi. She couldn't really talk to anybody. She got no money from Hubbard, nothing. I mean, she had the apartment or whatever, but it was pretty bad. But anyway, 11 people went to prison, so that's what brought on the Office of Special Affairs. It was like, okay, that was all bad, and these 11 people created it and did it, and they all went to prison, so now we have the Office of Special Affairs, which is just PR and legal. See,
So they want to tell you, so their legal department and then their public relations department
it's
is what
PR
OSA is
and
for them,
legal.
in their mind.
But what I say is it's PR and legal and their dirty tricks department.
30. Now, would it be like PR, legal, and like CIA, like how they
I
always...
wouldn't say CIA.
No,
because
that's
it's
too
like-
much?
No, it's like, it's just too weird.
Okay.
It's like they're not CIA.
Is it like FBI? Like police?
No.
Okay, see, I'm glad I asked you because I have total misperceptions
Yeah,
for
no,
what
no,
it
no.
is.
It gives them too much power. There's like, 20 people that are in OSA or something.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
it's
it?
like,
What? 20 people? Wow. That was
I
like
don't know,
How
maybe
many did you
there's-
think?
I don't know, like hundreds of
Me too. I thought it was like
There's
hundreds.
about
Like they're everywhere trying to
Me too.
monitor you.
Right, I think they're
you know?
following us all. Right? That's what I keep thinking. Like
I
we
guess
all have
not.
one on us.
Now,
I guess for
remember
that they use PIs, So
Remember the top secret mafia that I was part of? I was just a volunteer for that with my auditor, right? Did you know this?
No, I knew that you were in OSA, but I didn't know in what. Like
I
I haven't.
wasn't
I'm
in
so
OSA.
far behind with the. Oh, not OSA. Okay.
No,
I don't know what you're
I
in.
was a volunteer for OSA.
Okay, I
And-
don't know. I'm not like I'm so far behind because
It's okay. It's okay. I'm just.
I just
asking
finally got through
because
school, so I
don't
think I can come
wanna
out.
repeat it if you
No,
know
I
it.
don't know all the story.
Okay. So what happened is we moved from here to LA to Clearwater.
Okay.
And at the time, they had done this. Do you know anything about Gabe Gazaris?
No.
Okay, he was the mayor in Clearwater. And Scientology put a guy in there to work with him, basically gathering all this information. They completely screwed the guy over,
Damn.
and that was it. I mean, it just ruined his life.
Yeah.
Gabe Gazaris. So now this guy, Richard Tenney, was the city commissioner, and he wanted to run to be the mayor. And his whole program, when we arrived, they're just like cars going up and down the street, honk out Scientology, save sparkling Clearwater, stamp out Scientology. That was his whole program.
And can you give me like time periods too?
79.
79. Okay, thank
So
you. This is
that
helpful
was
for me.
the first time I'm ever involved with OSA. And Milt Wolf called me into his office and he said, look, you've got to help us with this. And I said, what am I going to do? I'm a mom and I have a brand new baby.
Damn.
And he said, look, we came here. He said, this is top secret, so nobody can ever know this. but we came here on a lie. And I said, why would you do that? And he goes, because L. Ron Hubbard was going to come off the ocean onto land in Georgia. And they got word that the FBI was going to plant drugs on the ship. So Hubbard zoomed around to Clearwater, Florida. They bought the Fort Harrison under a phony name. There's another church that your chat will know the name of it. I can
Yeah, they
never
probably will
remember
because
it.
I'm
But
still
they'll know
learning.
it. But anyway, it was another church, and they lied. So this guy's whole thing was, don't trust Scientologists, they're liars. So he said, we can't go out as the Sea Org and handle this because we did lie. He's right. So you have to handle it, Tory. And I'm like, me? There's like hundreds and hundreds of people.
And how old were you? Like, were you like in your like 20s, 30s?
Yeah, I think I had, let's say I was like 30 or
Okay.
30s.
I'm trying to get the mental image. I'm
But it was still like, very weird.
yeah.
And so I think, all right, I'll start with this one lady. And she was a grandmother, and she had a protest sign and an anti-Scientology sign and like an American flag. And I went up to her and I said, look, what the hell are you doing? And she said, she held up her sign, and I said, look, the only product you're getting, because my son started to cry, I said, this is my baby, and you're making him cry. You're a grandmother. What, you should be ashamed of yourself. Put your flags down and go home. And she did.
Oh, wow.
She put them down and left. So I just started going person to person to person, around the town. Then they had me join the meetings and join Safe Sparkling Clearwater. And Richard Tenney came to the office, and I said, look, you're my city commissioner. And he said, and this other guy that was the journalist there for this Clearwater Sun, I forget his name, Richard Lively, was writing, and we had known that at least in Scientology, that he'd written all these lies. They probably were truths, but back then we thought they were lies. So he's writing away, and he's a little short guy, and Richard Tenney, I go, you're my city commissioner, and he goes, I'm not your city commissioner. And I said, you're gonna say in front of the journalist that you're not my city commissioner because of my religion? And he goes, that's correct. And I look at Richard Tenney, and he's like writing away, and I thought, fuck this guy. And so I took his notebook away, and I ripped out all the papers, and I said, if you ever lie about me in your newspaper, I'm going to personally come out and handle it with you. And I've never hit anybody in my
Right,
life.
but just, yeah,
But it
to create
scared
that
him
fear.
to his bone. I could tell he was really scared.
Oh, that's so funny.
And he never wrote anything about me, any lies, ever. But anyway, basically, it just kept getting more and more and more, and I went to these bigger things, and now it was like the top people in Clearwater were there, and it was me and this other guy, because they said, don't ever go alone. So I'm with this guy, and then he blows out of the area. He just leaves. He was too afraid. So now I'm there by myself in the front row, and their big thing was, see if you can get them where you can ask a question, where you can ask it personally. And this time was where they were taking questions personally. So I said, okay, I have a question for you. I want you to explain to these people how you could be a good city commissioner with just because of my religion, you said you're not my city commissioner. Good question.
Yeah.
Right? And he goes, okay, ladies and gentlemen, I went to Washington, D.C., and they said they were Scientologists and they won't. And I went here and I went there, he did all this stuff, and he goes, now this lady says she's a resident of Clearwater. I said, no. I said, I'm a resident of Clearwater and surrounding areas, because I lived in Largo right next to it. And he goes, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. She's not even a resident of Clearwater. And you're all like, yeah! So the whole place is cheering, right? And I am just ready to burst out crying. But I just thought, get it together, Tory. That's my thing, right? And I just start going like this, like, okay, I got it. Everybody's pissed off. And I just took it, right? I didn't do anything. I didn't cry. I just stayed there. And I got up, and there were like 10 people in line that wanted to shake my hand. And they all said, I really am sorry for what happened here. And I think your question was a really good question. So thank you. So after that, I thought, okay, I get it. They think Scientologists have long fangs. Because
Right.
a lot of Scientologists will never say, I'm a Scientologist. Even back when it was popular, they would never say it. I'd always say it. I'd say, I'm a Scientologist. And they'd go, I never told that to you, you're a Scientologist. I'd say, if everybody in the world knew the people that are Scientologists, we wouldn't have this bad PR. You know, because they're doctors, they're Scientologists, they're
Right.
chiropractor, or whatever. You know what I mean? Their neighbor, just different people.
Right.
Because a lot of the people that are in Scientology are nice people. It's just the guys running it, David Miscavige, are
like-
bad news.
Right. And but part of OSA, right? The ones that do the bad, like what? Can you explain that part more? Like you said there's the PR. See, I didn't even know that, so that helps. And legal, and
So I
then
gotta finish.
and okay, yeah.
Okay, so I say, look, my mom was really big on parties, and she always had parties. We're gonna paint, we'll have a painting party. If we're gonna rake the leaves, we'll have a leaf raking party.
Oh, that's cute.
So she had parties for everything. So I said to OSA, I said, look, we need to have a party and have everybody come. They can't talk about Scientology. They can just talk about whatever, if they're a neighbor, if they're a doctor, if they're a mother, you know, whatever it is. And then just listen to the people. And that was it. He was slam dunk voted out of office the next, within a couple of weeks after that.
Oh wow.
So I went from 0 as an OSA volunteer.
You can probably go through the curtain over there. Yeah. And just go walk straight up. There you go.
So I went from 0
Yeah.
to kind of,
Trying to find a way to go through.
she'll find a way.
She works at the hospital. That's what.
Yeah, she'll find a way. You can see the whole there.
It's a shame that they have it.
I know.
So disgusting.
The
So-
guy didn't let Matt go through at all in the morning. Like the big security guard, like he wasn't letting Matt go through the sidewalk and stuff. Like he's like, "You're not welcome here. Like don't touch me." Like it's ridiculous. But yeah,
Ridiculous.
it was a big guy too. A big guy.
So anyway, I went from 0 as far as OSA to call Tory. She can handle anything. So then I was like, so that's how I became the OSA volunteer for this top secret mafia thing.
Oh, okay.
But you know, your question about the dark side is what?
Oh, I mean, I just was curious because it's like I guess we're all living in fear of like they're going to fair game you and this and that and like even now I know it's probably a different Scientology way back then as it is now, but like can you explain what you think it is, like what it is now or?
Well, remember, fair game, Hubbard said you can lie, cheat, steal, destroy someone utterly. But my reality, I've been out for 23 years, and they've done a lot of fair game. They broke into my house, they flattened my tires, they broke half of my rear view mirror. But I started getting my community involved. So I had my neighbors start watching my house, and this ex-Jehovah's Witness caught that they had put all these lies about me, and he went and gathered them all up for me. You know, so when the rear view mirror got sprayed, I went to Pep Boys because I'd already gone there and said, look, you know, I was in a cult and they're screwing with my car and I don't know if it's a gang or the cult. And he said, well, bring it in if it happens again. So I came out from work and they'd sprayed half of my rear view mirror pink. And then it fell off while I was driving. So I went over there and I said, I want to see whoever, Jose, you know, he said he'd help me. And he comes out and I said, and this thing happened. And he goes, well, let me look. And he opens the door, he goes like this. He shuts the door, he goes, it's Church of Scientology. I said, how do you know? And he goes, because a gang, you have a really good radio. See, there are things that we wouldn't think of. You know what I mean? I mean,
Right.
these, you know, now we would, because I'm telling you. But, you know, when it happens to you, you don't necessarily think of it. And so it's good to get these other people involved so that they can help you. So
Is that your
he-
advice to us too as we're
Yeah.
possible? Okay.
Yeah.
That's why I've been
Because I've
talking
had
to
some
my
weird
neighbors
things.
because of her. Like what happened to her? Like, I'm gonna do the same thing, you know.
Yeah.
And my neighbors like agree, like fuck Scientology. So I'm like,
Yeah, they all are like, fuck Scientology, they'll
Yeah.
help you.
Yeah.
And so then they watch your house and, you know, if they come and take license plates if somebody's visiting you, they come and tell me and, you know, different stuff.
I
But-
mean, we probably are, right? All of us, you think? Because I've had some weird things happen besides his bike being
Oh, wow.
stolen, and yeah, we've had some. Well, we've had some
Yeah.
like
They don't have
serious
that many
problems.
people to do fair game that they used to. So I don't know that they all.
I mean, they could just hire people to do it for them, you know.
Yeah.
But this weird stuff that wasn't happening before we were involved.
Yeah.
But the thing is this to know, most of their fair game is like gaslighting, where it's just, I mean, stealing a bike is not something I'm familiar with that they would do.
Yeah.
That
Well, it was
sounds-
just like a few things happened all in 1 week. It was just like too much of just some weird
Yeah, but
stuff.
stuff where they usually don't do stuff where you could call the police because they don't want the police involved because of their shit.
Right.
So I got the police involved. I went to my Burbank Police Department and I said, I was in a cult, here's the deal, this is what they do, and I can't prove it because it's all nitpicky shit. But
Yeah.
I want a written record of it. So every time it happens, because the first thing that happened was they broke a leg off of a turtle, a ceramic turtle. And then every week they would break off another leg. And
That's
at
cr- oh,
first
that's
I
creepy.
called Spanky and she said, oh, you're just too paranoid. And I said, okay, thank you, and I hung up. And I called Jesse Prince and he said, okay, listen to me carefully. I used to run this program. It's called psychological warfare. They're basically trying to drive you insane. Now this was in 2000. So there were 4 people speaking out,
Yeah.
you know, that said their name, and I was one of them. So they were definitely after me.
Oh yeah, for sure. You're definitely going to be like fair game. Now, are you still? Do they still bug you, or like is it something that you never go away from that you can just never?
No, I don't care. You know, they can do whatever they want. I don't really give a shit.
Yeah, I'm not
You know,
scared
like
of them. It's just
I-
weird.
They
though.
know that
Yeah.
you know, there's different things that happen, and I think it looks like it's OSA, and I think okay.
What was it
whatever.
that one of your
But I started doing a write-up every time to the Burbank. I said I want to talk to a policeman, like a single policeman. And then I explained it to him, and I said, I'm going to send you a written record every time it happens. So now when they do shit, you know, they go, oh, it's you. Okay.
Okay, that's good advice
to the pile.
actually for even like on this level right now that we're because you just you know you're on our list. You've been identified as a anti-Scientology. I'm like okay,
Who
OSA.
said that?
Burke,
Who's Burke?
the security guard right
Oh.
there. Yeah, he's
Oh
trying
no,
to.
they definitely have everybody identified.
Of course.
Yeah, they have a list of us.
course. But to me, it's like, okay, then identify them to your police department.
Yeah.
They don't want that. Remember, Osa, this is what's happening.
Yeah, that's great advice actually. That is
Oh,
excellent advice.
one time Aja
Yeah,
was up
so
there,
we'll do
and then
that.
a person was impersonating a police officer, like looking like a cop and stuff, and he even gave her a fake serial number and everything, which is so stupid. But he told her like that we have a list of you guys, of all your names on the list and shit. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, it's like I know.
Yeah.
I told him I was like I'm honored because I guess that
Yeah.
means I'm not going to get my Christmas
That was a
card
month
this
ago
year.
too, so yeah, they know us by now. For sure.
Right. He said, yeah, probably not. I'm like, oh, too bad.
You're waiting for your OSA fan mail.
Yeah, yeah. Where's my decoder ring, man? Come on.
Yeah.
You know, that's what we need.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
you have to just keep humor in it. Because
Yeah.
It's like, they're going to do what they're going to do.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's pathetic. You know,
Yeah. The only thing I get upset with, like when they, I've heard people like they said they've killed their animals. Like,
Yeah,
I'll,
that's
you know, like I'll hurt them
not
if they.
many. They've done a
I'll
few,
hurt
but
them.
not many. You know,
Let me tell you that.
I'll hurt
especially
them.
with you
Wow,
guys with
yeah.
all the cameras
I'm breaking
and
this.
the social media. I
Yeah.
mean, that's going to go around the world. You know, somebody's animals.
That's true.
So it's like I always let them. I talk to Miscavige all the time. I go, you know, this is really stupid, Miscavige. You know, you
I like just to like go there, like you're, because he's probably watching you.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure he's watching you.
and I'm not. I mean, it's probably the OSA ops that are doing it, but I talk to him and I say, you know, I've talked to him for 24 years, saying, look, you know, you could turn this around and have it be really something positive, but
That's
they
true.
never will do it. They
Why
won't.
why won't they do it? Like, is it just the mindset? Is it?
Policy, they have to follow policy. That's part of keeping Scientology working, is following letter of word, which Miscavige has already changed. So he's already changed a bunch of it. So I don't know why they do.
So basically, because so if I understand correctly, Hubbard said to fair game. So because that becomes policy, so that means they have to do that.
Yeah, fair game is anybody who speaks out against Hubbard, the church, or Miscavige.
Okay, so and I'm doing all of those things.
So,
Big time SP.
It's like, I'm an SP. He's like,
there you
Not
go.
only Scientology, but local government too. So.
yeah, I do the local government too. Yeah, LAPD,
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
permit.
Local government.
Oh yeah, that's my beef too.
The
Like,
whole city's on
Imagine
audit
this
side.
with the sidewalks. I mean, this is really dangerous.
oh, it is.
Yeah,
no, I
this is
do.
really
I go.
dangerous.
Yeah, I'm fighting on that. And this is. I don't care what they say. This is sinking. I know I'm in a
It
chair.
is. It really is.
And I can definitely see a difference just
yeah.
week to
For
week.
sure.
Absolutely.
I can
Yes.
too. There were 2 people that tripped tonight.
Yeah, and down there, yeah, it's scary. I mean,
Yeah. And
You know.
and you know that one guy came and measured this stuff, how much it weighed and stuff like that. It's thousands. of
Oh, Henry?
pounds.
oh, Henry, yeah.
Henry?
Yeah. So,
Yeah, I mean, and it's like, it's just shifting everything. So no, I'm on it with this, I'm on it, you know, but it's slow
I think he said
At
the
least
bottom
we
is
got
cement.
LAPD out of here at least.
Yeah, I
They're
think he
not
said the
doing
bottom
their
of the
security
planters
anymore.
is cement, right? Like filled with cement.
I'd probably.
Yeah,
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
And then the rest is just like topped with dirt.
Probably all the rock, like all the stuff.
Yeah, all the
rocks,
gravel,
like all that
yeah.
gravel that they. And they're
Oh,
not
yeah,
even
it's
talking
really
about where.
It's heavy. It's like a couple thousand pounds. That's what he said.
I want to go see Burke again. Thank you, Miss Tory. You know, you helped me a lot because, like, I'm trying to understand it. I don't understand all that elements.
You understand?
I do.
PR and legal, that's
Right.
that's their definition of OSA.
Okay, and then the dirty tricks is the backdoor stuff that we know, but they'll never admit to.
And,
Okay.
and they'll never admit to it. And, you know, like, they've done a lot of shit, but it's stupid stuff. Like, it's like they made me into an activist. I left saying I'm not going to speak out, I'm not going to make videos, I'm not going to picket. And Stacy said, I'm only doing for you what I wish someone had done for me when I left the city. They flew me to Clearwater. By the time I went from LAX to Tampa, I was an activist.
Wow.
Because of all the shit they
I
did.
believe it.
They canceled my van.
Wow.
The plane was canceled. The vice president came charging up to me, and Stacy said, "Bring a phone." And this is in 2000. And you know, we had these little emergency phones in case you had an emergency. But nobody had cell phones like we have now.
Right. Especially with cameras and
Yeah,
4K cameras.
And so she said, "Bring a phone," and I said, "We don't do that shit." She said, "Tory, we used to run this program, so we know what we're talking about. Bring a phone."
Wow.
So I brought the phone, and now this vice president comes charging up to me at LAX. And I get out the phone, I go, "Stacy, the vice president is here." And I go, "All right, here's Jesse." And Jesse gets on, he goes, "Number one, do not set up the phone. Don't set down the phone. If you're in the bathroom, I don't care what you do not set down the phone."
Wow.
And then she was following me everywhere. So I said, "Okay, carry my fucking luggage." You know, because I was like, I was trying to get a van, and she was like on me. So I said, "Okay, you carry the luggage." So she's walking along carrying my luggage. And I get on the van and I say, "Look, I'm escaping out of a cult. Can you help me?" She's the vice president. And he goes, "Look, do you want to ride or not?"
Oh,
So I
wow.
get on the van and I get off and I tell Bob, I say, "Look, she won't leave me alone. She's writing down everything wherever I'm going." And he goes, "All right, I'm going to get your first class ticket because you can go to a special lounge and she can't get in there."
That's so creepy.
That's what happened, and then I thought, okay, I'm done. That's it. I'm free.
Wow.
I had to get off in Chicago to change planes, and my husband was there. And he came, and he knew nothing about all this top secret mafia shit or OSA shit.
Oh, he knew
at all.
nothing about it?
Wow.
Nothing. He was born in it, and he was scared of SPs. And I was like, they're just people. You know, I've been told that. And he's like, "No, I don't want to do it." It was really weird.
They really put the fear in him.
Yeah.
Dang.
So, but he grew up around,
Yeah.
you know, that whole thing. So anyway, now I forgot where I was. So I'm in the lounge and I think, okay, now I'm done. That's it. I'm free, right? But then I get to Chicago. He's there, and he goes, "Tory, we need to go on a vacation." And I'm like, I'm escaping out of a cult. And the only thing you can say to your wife is, "We need to go on a fucking vacation." You know, I was just like, that's in my head. I didn't say anything. I said,
All right.
"Really?" Okay.
Aw.
And, you know, so I knew their plan was they would fly him and Bill Yachty, my auditor, who got me to Clearwater. And they both would say, "Look, it's us or them." And I wouldn't be able to do it. I'd have to go with them. I mean, with my husband and Bill. And so he said, "I'm getting all of a sudden OSA showed up." And I said, "I thought you were just here by an accident." And he said, "Well, okay, these people are here too." And they come up with all these stacks of papers for me. "You've got to read this. This is all this shit about these people." And I said, "Okay, great." And I said to my husband, "Look, I'm getting on the plane, and you're not." And he said, "Tory, I'm coming with you." And I said, "If you come with me, I'm calling the police." Because I knew if he came with me, I wouldn't be able to go with them. You know,
Right.
It wouldn't happen. So now
Wow.
the ending was at 1:45 in the morning in Tampa. And I get off thinking, I knew they only went to Tampa till midnight. Because I've been there for 7 years, I was just 7. And every 6 months. And they always said, you have to be there by midnight.
Mm.
So now it's 1:45, so I think cinch, no problem. But I get off, there's a whole mob of people, OTs, OSA, the police, 2 policemen, and Stacy, Bob, and Jesse, who are my new friends, the SPs, right?
Right.
And I'm like, and the cops go, stand back! Everybody, stand back! She has to decide. And my friend, at the time, she was my friend Penny Jones, who's now like whacked out Trumper, but she came up to me, she goes, Tory, what are you thinking of? What are you doing? And I said, it's a little long for me to explain it to you right now. And
Sorry.
you have to know, I left because of David Miscavige.
Really?
Yeah. Because
That's what I was saying.
I was on 7 for 7 years and it didn't work. And I kept writing him and he would never help me. And he wouldn't let me on the level. So now she says, Tory, I'm best friends with David Miscavige. I can get a message to him tonight. Whatever message you want to tell him. What do you want to say? I said, here's what I want to say to David Miscavige. I picked them. So go, all right, everybody stand up, and they escorted us out.
Oh wow, man. Now, with these guys, now, with your opinion for the 2 guards, the not the PAC ones, but the 2 third party, do you think they're Scientologists? Like, would they hire outsiders?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
like, okay.
They don't have that much manpower anymore. People have left. Wow. You know, it's like people that used to do their shit. That we're all out of here. There's thousands. For every OT that's in there, there's 100 people out.
Oh, really? Okay.
There's tons.
And so, like, these guards, like, but it seems like they, like, the past few nights talking to them, it seems like they have almost like a script of how, like, they trying to keep me over here, and then they say the same, like, almost the same wording. And so, do you think they, like, prime them and prep them what to do, what not to do, and, like, keep her, you know?
But
Okay.
I would say, look, how do you feel about free speech?
Mhm.
Oh, I'm for it. Okay, well then, so am I.
Right.
So we're on the same page.
Right.
And then that's hard for Scientology because they say they're for free speech, but they're not for our free speech.
Right. Or for hearing other people's free speech.
Right.
Right. Yeah. Interesting. I know I'm gonna go before I don't want to miss my train, but I want to go Burke for. I know. I don't know why the trains don't work.
Do you train?
Yeah.
Stop the.
Yeah, they stop it early. But I want to take like a. Oh, good to see you. I want to see Burke and see what he says for. I'm gonna quiz him.
I kind of didn't like. He was getting me, man.
What tonight?
No, that one night.
Oh, that night with me. Oh, it was so funny. I thought it was so funny. Like. Because they're telling me to baby. I know they're having them babysit me. Like, I know they are. Like, it's.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's what he was
It's a
doing.
baby. Yes. Like,
He was
yes.
doing it on purpose.
Yeah.
Keeping you there because they don't want you up and down.
That's
Right.
what-
And they
that's
don't
what-
want the people who are like the Scientologists hearing me talk. Like, because, like,
No, for sure.
yeah. So they having me on the outside of the barriers.
I think they actually kept them there to have like a conversation with you.
Yeah. And
I
they
think
both
the
are doing it.
biggest thing you could do, rather than this shit, because this is nothing for them, is go to the city council.
Oh, I do all that. Well, not the city council yet because like they don't have it. They don't have it on Zoom yet, and I can't do it in the mornings. But I do. But I'm in touch with them. Like I do public works, police commission, neighborhood councils. Yeah. Oh, I push on all that. I'm always in. Oh, I do that too. Oh,
Yeah, she pushes them.
I push. I spend a lot. Yeah, I spend a lot of time pushing them.
So that to me would be your most valuable thing,
Yeah.
because it's very important for disabled people to be able to get
Absolutely.
around, and it's against the law, really, that they don't have it set up that way.
Right.
They
Yeah.
really don't.
Yeah. No,
I
we're
mean,
doing
this
a
is-
lot. We're.
This is ridiculous.
This
The
is.
sidewalk
It's and it's up to them, but you know what? The sidewalk is their responsibility to fix. It's not the city's, and it's crazy that they're getting away with it. But then again, so does they do everywhere. Hi, puppy. But yeah, so I just come here because I want to be able to.
If you took pictures of it, take pictures of this sidewalk.
Yeah, no, I do. Yeah, I do, and I actually, yeah, the next meeting we're going to be having a lot like about the planners, about yeah, I push them hard on that. But I like to come down here. I don't come here all the time, but I like to see what I'm really fighting right now with this barriers. That's why I'm here a lot filming.
Oh, it's good.
and the fire department. I want that stuff gone. Like, I'm not gonna, I'm like gonna push. And he was like trying to say, well, you can't be on here because you're disrupting. I'm like, show me page 2 where it says anything but vehicles. Oh, your dog's so cute. Oh my goodness. Yeah, what's it? I said, there's no one there. Who am I disrupting? So I'm like saying hi to everyone. I'm like, yeah, show me who I've disrupted besides I saying hi to everyone, you know? Yeah.
They'll lie and say anything.
Yeah.
They tried to pin a criminal conviction on me.
What?
Yeah, for sitting in an empty.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm like blocking the sidewalk here.
For sitting in an empty red Sanisphere, and behind that were bushes, and behind that was a door. And part of the injunction was you couldn't block a door, you couldn't block a driveway, and you had to follow their maps and walk on this side of the street. You couldn't be on that side. You know what I mean? Like this. And so, anyway, I thought I was following them, and the critics were like, fuck this. So anyway, I thought I was being really good. I came home, flew home, and this girl knocked on my door. Are you Tory? And I said, yeah.
Wow. Dang. I know. I can see them trying to do that with all of us. But
I fought him. I'm telling
Good.
you, I fought him.
I would too.
And it's like, my attorney had nothing to do with it. He was like, he only cared about Bob Minton because he was the multimillionaire. And so he was covering his ass, and I get that, but it wasn't okay to just dunk me. And I could see, I was like near to having been a criminal conviction on it. And so I said to him, get every video.
Oh, they can't hear you?
I'm going to stay up all night. I'm going to stay up all night and watch every single video until,
is that better, chat?
I don't know, is it?
Pretty sure.
Most
Yeah.
likely, yeah.
So I said, I'm going to stay up all night and watch every video. And I did. And I found what had happened was it's a driveway, right? You can't block a driveway.
Like I'm blocking the street right now. Let me.
She's good. She can go.
Yeah, that's cute.
She's got a dog. So, she's okay. That's pasture. So, what was I saying?
Sorry, about the driveway. You were checking the
Oh
driveway
yeah,
and
so
all
the
that.
lady said, why are you protesting? What's happening? So I stood there and talked to her, not thinking, oh, they're going to say you're blocking the driveway,
Right.
which they did later. And so then I said, okay, show me the videos. And I went through all the videos, and I saw one where a UPS truck drove by. The same time I'm talking to that lady, a UPS truck drove in. So I said to my attorney, I got the proof, I found it. He didn't care at all. And I was just telling DOA this because it's like you have to stay on it with these guys. They're really slippery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I'm there, and where was
Okay, he'll come to you. But you basically they didn't care about that you found the evidence, the smoking gun,
Yeah.
so to say, and he didn't care.
it? Who did?
You're an attorney.
Yeah, your attorney.
Oh yeah, he didn't care. So I handed him the piece of paper saying UPS truck in court, and he still didn't say anything. So I finally just jumped up, because I was used to that with Scientology. I would just
Right.
jump up and say stuff. And so I jumped up and I said, Your Honor, I have to say something. And she said, okay, what? And I said, I want you to look at the video with the UPS truck. And so she watched it. She said, okay, that's it. The criminal conviction is off. That was it. That sealed
That's
the thing.
awesome. Wow,
I
that's
wonder if your attorney was on their side or trying to like
seamless.
sabotage your
No,
case.
he was just on the money side. Minton had the
Oh.
money. And so he was like making sure to cover his ass.
Okay.
And he did. So Bob got 6 months of community service, and I had to pay $100. That was it.
Wow.
But they tried to bring in my husband, and I said, okay, here's the deal. You want to bring in my husband? He's OT8, so we get to depose every single OT8.
Oh.
And the judge goes, okay, can all the attorneys come up here? And they had like 10 attorneys. We had one. So they all come up there, and he goes, this is a very personal issue for this woman, so I think we should just leave her husband out of it.
Oh, that's good. Oh man.
Because I didn't want him dragged into it.
Yeah.
It
No,
was
that's
just sort of like,
yeah. No, that's awesome.
I knew
Sorry.
they were just trying to
Thank you, Miss
push my
Tory.
button.
Thank you for all that. Yeah, no, I'm always trying to learn. I want to learn more because as they ask questions, I don't know the answers. I've never been involved with this stuff. I'm learning as I go, and so that was
I know
really
you're feeling- 'cause
informative.
That's why Carly talk like to anybody because I don't know what to say. I'm not too well informed, and I'm not a good speaker, anyways. But I'm more here like for supporting, like
Okay.
you and the other protesters.
I always say
Yeah,
every voice
but I don't like.
Yes.
That's why I usually don't like say anything because I really don't. There's a lot. It's a lot. It's actually a lot, and so I don't.
You're
that's why
right.
I don't like to say too much because I don't know much. So I don't want to speak something that I don't know.
But you're
The
learning.
thing is, you can say that.
Yeah.
You can say, you know what? I am not. I was never in Scientology just like you, because that's what the security guards are. So I don't know much, just like you. But the difference is, I have friends who were in this, and they were abused,
Right.
and they stole their money, and they won't give it back. You know what I mean? Just like a few
Yeah,
things
stuff
you
that I
know.
know for a fact. Yeah.
And you can refer them to their channel and say,
Yeah.
that's what I did to him. I was like, go watch Going Clear
Yeah.
and go watch his channel, you know, and then, yeah, you know, that's, you can do
Because
that.
sometimes I feel like, oh, people like, what is he doing? But it's not.
No.
I feel like I'm not too like on front to speak up.
Doesn't matter. Just having people here even, it's just, it gets in their head.
Yeah.
Here's my card. That's
Oh,
the thing
thank you.
that I do for everybody. I give them my card. You want my card?
No, I'll take it.
Will you look at it?
Yeah,
What
he
is
will.
it?
Just-
It's just the stuff they won't tell you. It's websites
Awesome.
to the places they won't, all the secret
Awesome.
stuff they
I have
won't
to do
tell
it
you.
at home with a magnifying glass.
Yeah, he has vision. I'm gonna go bug Burke for a minute because I'm gonna go get the tree. Thank you, Miss Tory, for for filling in some gaps because that helped a lot.
Sure, ask
Yeah,
anytime.
I appreciate
I'm
it.
happy that you're here.
Thank you. Yeah, and I want to do even with the meetings. Like I need to know.
Yeah. I
Um,
think we need to get. We need to get
Question.
going
Oh, wait.
ourselves.
Does it look like a hospital?
Yeah.
up